Happy Good Friday to everybody out there. Hope everyone's having a great day. Mike Martin's here from You Know What channel. Anyways, guys, I got something I want to share with you guys. It's starting to make more and more headlines, and the liberal government is pushing. And they're pushing. And they want to control every aspect of our lives. They even want to predict thought crimes. That's how bad it's gotten. We're going to look at digital currency and what's going on because this is very important because this is going to affect every human being on the planet. Let's take a look. All right, so let's go into this. Was published the other day, and it's liberals. So this is something that everyone's been keeping their eye on. Liberals' 2022 budget contains allotment for Chinese-style central bank digital currency. CBDC. Now, why does Canada want a Chinese-style digital currency? It's very simple. China needed to create digital currency because banks and overnight rates did not trust each other in China. Well, most banks don't trust each other, period. But there was China had these repo wars back before they pulled the trigger on the pandemic. Because the banking system was faltering all over the world, and the debt was just out of control. Now, here we go in the Channel Time Machine. This is our Channel Time Machine, by the way. That's me there. Bank of Canada lays groundwork for digital currency 2 years ago, removing bank machine to prevent runoffs so people don't go out and take their money. We got Westpac can have a bank run because people in Australia were having no confidence, again, before they pulled the trigger on the you-know-what. And Canadians to withdraw money from banks, no confidence in Canadian government. So you go back here. Let's go back here now. So what does this mean? This means a lot because this is what was happening in China. China needed to move towards a full-blown digital currency because banks were moving currency overseas to West English-speaking countries, and billions were coming across and disenfranchising the middle-class people, turning our lively cities into empty shells, turning our play space and where we used to raise our children here in these English-speaking countries, in these cities. It was a beautiful, it was great growing up, going to school. Now everything's been changed because of greed and money laundering. China's government knew that its citizens were taking capital flows out. Money was leaving the coast. So they needed to track away where the money went so they could tax people 20, 30, 50% on their capital gains that were never declared. But in Canada, a lot of these people don't pay taxes. That's why they came here. And it's squirreled away in a corner of the 2022 budget for the Canadian government. Chapter 9, Section 2 features this section. So there it is right now. Tax fairness, effective government. The economy that works for everyone is an economy that everyone plays the same and set of rules. Since 2015, the federal government has worked to ensure that the wealthiest people and businesses pay their fair share. That's not happening. I'm going to show you a video I made 5 years ago or 4 years ago where people were living in a $3.8 million house, not a mansion. So if you're watching this in the States, they're like, they live in just an average home you could buy in Alabama for $80,000. It's $3.8 million. The house was 3.8. And they had a combined income of $16,000 a year. The family lived in there, made $16,000 a year. So the people aren't paying their fair, obviously, and it's a lot of hidden money. And a lot of people that launder money into Canada, why the hell would they want to come here and pay taxes for anyway? They want it all hidden. They want to disenfranchise the middle class, and that's what's been happening. And you could go across the channel. We've been talking about this since 2010. Okay, so raising taxes on wealthiest 1% of Canadians, cutting taxes for 20 million low middle income Canadians, new taxes on luxury goods, yachts, private jets. No, they're doing it on pickup trucks, all kinds of weird stuff that people need for work. So I'm not even going to read this. I'm going to go back into this. So it goes in there. The budget 2022 announces the government intention to launch a financial sector legislative review focused on the digitalization of money and maintaining financial sector stability and security. For the phase review why don't they reopen, if they want to do this, why don't they reopen the money laundering investigation that they did 2 years ago. I was talking about it last night on someone else's show. I was live on another show, Freedom Report. Why the hell don't they just reopen that, get that put away, squared away, arrest 133,000 people that are so far that they found? That's 133,000 people that are basically broke the law. If I do it, I'll be in a jail and I'll be on the front page. That's the problem here. While Revelation isn't necessarily considering, it was announced earlier in the year that the Central Bank of Canada will be conducting a CBDC research with MIT. For those who don't know, this announcement isn't positive for Canadian citizens or the Canadian economy. The CBDC acronym stands for Central Bank Digital Currency, and it operates exactly how the name sounds. It's a digital currency completely controlled by the Bank of Canada, and on most levels, the concept of the copy of the digital yuan, which was rolled out last year. So people are having a really tough time trying to get their money out, and that's why Canada right now is securing deals with Taiwan to get their money into Canada to disenfranchise the middle class here in Canada. Due to the totally controlled natures of the CBDCs, it was first pointed out by the commentators in the Bitcoiner community that these currencies are almost like purpose-built to be human rights violation machines. And that's exactly what it is. And so we as Canadians should really push back and fight back against the rollout of the currency almost at all costs. At the top of the current Trudeau Liberal government absolutely should not be given the tool to control your bank account with the click of a button, considering their recent repulsive decision to freeze and seize Freedom Convoy protesters' bank accounts. So if you go back here, we actually discussed this in great depth. So 2 days before they froze the bank accounts, I made a video here basically saying Canadians to withdraw money from banks, no confidence in Canadian government and monetary runoff. So you go digital, they're not gonna, you can't pull your money out. It's digital. Then they could turn on the negative interest rates, which I'm going to talk about here in a sec, and they could go ahead and turn on the negative interest rates and prevent monetary runoffs on the banking system. So that's what we talked about. And luckily, 2 days after I said that, they actually froze the bank accounts there 2 days later. And then luckily, Jordan Peterson made the exact mirrored video I did 4 days later. So the word is getting out there. I just kind of wish I had a little plug, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. The small guy will always be small. So then I go into depth saying Bank of Canada going digital to prevent, and it goes right here. Because Joe Rogan said it a few hours ago. So urgent, Bank of Canada going digital to prevent monetary runoffs and turn on negative rates. So this is what it is, and this is something we've been talking about on the channel for a long time. So there's China going digital a year ago. Congress to create a digital dollar. Crucial for central banks to consider digital currencies. Banks must go digital. And I said that like a joke with Alf there because they don't have a choice. Because when people have control of their money, the governments can't do nothing. Bank of Canada lays groundwork for digital currency 2 years ago. Mike in the Night, what's happening? Cryptocurrency, crypto markets, digital currencies. So it just goes in and out of all more digital IDs, all kinds of stuff we've been covering here for a long time, for a good while here on the channel. So let's go back to this. This is well written. For what it's worth, no matter what the Trudeau Liberals and the Bank of Canada say, there is no real market need for desire for a CBDC really anywhere. Bitcoin is fully functioning, a decentralized currency that is ready for use today, and the U.S. Stablecoins, the world of private enterprise has proven capable of filling a demand for U.S. digital currencies in the forms of the DIA and UST stablecoins. It's possible to create a functional decentralized stablecoins. This is the lady that said basically we need Canadians. So this is where they were talking about bail-ins to go into Canadians' bank accounts to take a percentage or basically take out their money or get them to invest their money or remove their money from their banks. And in case you were unaware, stablecoins are simply program made and constantly price match the US dollar, and potentially a decentralized stablecoin could be created to price match the Canadian dollar in the same manner. Given this reality, what purpose or need is there for a Bank of Canada controlled digital currency? You heard it here first. I said it last night on the show I was live on. You buy gold with your digital currency, put it away because no one has confidence anymore in governments. The government knows you bought that gold. They're going to start charging you a capital gains tax on that gold every year if it goes up. So there's ways. They're going to put all these different slots and measures, and silver, whatever you buy, they know what you own. And if it goes up in value, you pay capital gains on it. Watch. The other problem is that CBDCs would likely be linked to social credit system. Again, another thing we talked about on this channel for years. Or the ESG score, the steer core people into ethical decision-making with their money. The problem is that central banks, governments, and international NGOs would be the arbitrators of morality here. Yeah, we don't trust them. Nobody trusts the banking system, and hence no one trusts governments, and hence you're going to see more bank runs. Likely, you would be punished for buying meat, gas-powered cars, donating to conservative causes, and a whole host of other things those at the Davos would object to. In the final analysis, the Bank of Canada CBDC research program needs to be stopped immediately, or else Canada will be literally following down the same path as the Chinese government. Now, we know that the Canadian government loves China. They brought in billions from Hong Kong in 2020. You could go backtrack in the channel. Thousands of videos made on the main channel, and thousands, I'm talking like 5,000 made, exposing or working out what's happening or talking through what's happening. A lot of the middle class is completely non-existent as we speak now. It's becoming more and more of a working poor society. We are seeing the divide between dirt poor, extremely poor. In England, you know what they call it? The breadline. And most of us are falling below the breadline right now. And it's going to get harder. And it's going to get tougher. I got 7 notice of assessments in 5 weeks. Oh yeah. I don't owe any money, but they found something. And they're going to keep doing that. And they're going to keep controlling. Oh, you're buying solar panels. What for? Why are you buying solar panels for? Watch out, people. I just wanted to put this out there because I want to just create this awareness. Hopefully a bigger channel could put the dots together like I just did here. And it's for capital gains purposes too. Let's say you buy a car. The car gets discontinued and it becomes a museum piece. And if you have that car, people are willing to pay. The government will look at that. Oh, no, that's worth more now than what you bought it for. You got to pay a little bit of capital gains on that, buddy. We know what you have. We know what values you have. Oh, equity in your home goes up. I think we need to charge you a little bit of capital gains on that. We'll just digitally remove that. You don't want to pay it? We'll just take your house. How's about that? And give it to someone overseas to leave it empty. And that's the game, and that's how the cookie's going to crumble. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This is very important, and I think we're going to be doing a Mike of the Night digital currencies sometime next month. This Saturday's Mike of the Night we're going to do is going to be, we did Agenda 2030 2 weeks ago, deep dive, because the website changed. Then we did weather modifications, because we haven't did a weather modification show in almost, I don't even know, like 3 years now, so we did that. And then this Mike of the Night, we're going to do social credit score / surveillance upticks that we're seeing all over the world, infrared camera systems, all kinds of weird crap happening. So we're going to do another Big Brother video. It's been 3 years since we've done one. So we're going to refollow Big Brother and get updates. We have a few callers that are going to call in that have specific updates that have been happening in the last 2 years while everyone was asleep during the sickness. Let me know what you guys think. I look forward to, talking and chatting with you guys. Digital currency is going to change everything you think you knew about what and how and what, and it's going to completely reprogram. It's going to make you think, because what if I can't do that because I'll get caught, or not I'll get caught because you're breaking a crime, but you You want to get a little bit more ice cream, or you want to get to, oh no, well your cholesterol, oh well your healthcare gets cut off. You shouldn't be eating ice cream, and we know you bought it because you digitally bought it. That's what I'm afraid of. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Lots of love, support. Happy Good Friday, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. I'll see you guys Saturday night on Mike in the Night, and God bless. Thank you. I have spoken.